Imagine having to defend against an individual with the ability to run at speeds of up to 37 kilometers per hour, then glancing up and finding yourself face to face with one of the best dribblers in Europe, before being blocked by a third genius playing passes that can never be anticipated. This is a nightmare come to life for each and every defense going up against France in 2026. Why? Because at present, people around the world aren't talking about Kylian Mbappe anymore. No, they are talking about three individuals whose synergy could make the best attacking unit in French footballing history. Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembelé, and Michael Olise. Three completely unique types of attackers. Mbappe runs deep and creates space, Dembélé outplays opponents on his own, while Olise anticipates all passes even before they are played. An attacking force which can simply tear apart any defense. The first signal is sent, France beating Senegal 3-1 in the opening game of the 2026 World Cup, with 2 goals scored by Mbappe and 1 assist provided by Olise. 3-0 against Iraq, with a brace from Mbappe.
Mbappe, power! Oh, trouble. These two, the goalkeeper's made a hash of it, Mbappe!
A goal from Dembélé and 2 assists from Olise. 4-1 against Erling Haaland's Norway, with a hat-trick from Ousmane Dembélé and 2 assists from Mbappe. In the round of 32, this dominance continued, a 3-0 win over Sweden, with another 2-goal performance by Mbappe, 2 more assists from Olise, and an assist from Dembélé to Barcola. A goal by Mbappe on a penalty kick in the round of 16 against Paraguay. Next came the quarterfinals, where they beat Morocco 2-0 with goals from Mbappe and Dembélé. All three have been involved in every one of this team's goals since the start of the tournament. A lethal trio capable of shaking up the world of football all on their own. Kylian Mbappe already has 8 goals and is currently tied with Lionel Messi as the tournament's top scorer. Dembélé has 5 goals, and Michael Olise has 5 assists, making him the top assist provider in this World Cup. Simply monstrous, a war machine no one in this tournament would want to face. With Mbappe clinical in front of goal, Dembélé always decisive, and Olise capable of single-handedly changing the course of a match. Who can really stop this French team, especially these three? One thing is certain, this story didn't start in 2026, it goes all the way back to 2018. In 2018, the French national team went to the World Cup with a squad of football players like Griezmann, N'Golo Kanté, Raphael Varane, and Paul Pogba to storm the world of football like no other French national team had ever done before. A well-structured, strong team that could compete with anyone on the field. An attack consisting of talented players like Giroud, Griezmann, and a young star who shone at this championship called Kylian Mbappe. Of course, it was his first World Cup, but he managed to win everyone's hearts with exceptional gameplay. 4 goals in total in the World Cup, and a goal in the final match against Croatia made him the second youngest player in the history of World Cups, who managed to score in the finals after the Brazilian superstar Pelé, not to mention his excellent game against Lionel Messi's Argentina in the round of 16, where the youngster outplayed the whole defense with his acceleration and penetration, and left Argentinians confused about how to stop this young wonder. With the help of a penalty shot and 2 goals, 4 years later, a new era starts, and France this time comes back with the intention of defending its World Cup crown. Armed with an improved squad, France finds itself in the final and prepared to take on Argentina once more. This was a clash that all were looking forward to, this time not in the round of 16 but in the World Cup final, and here the clash starts. Argentina comes out aggressively attacking, dominating, and dictating the pace with its trio of Julian Alvarez, Di Maria, and Lionel Messi. 20th minute, Di Maria earns a penalty with a magnificent feint past Dembélé. Messi faces Lloris with a focused gaze. Moments later, boom, he scores, 1-0 for Argentina. From that point on, there's no stopping Argentina as they assert their dominance over a French team that has been playing with a deep defensive block since the start of the match. A few minutes later, Upamecano makes a poor clearance, leading to a counterattack for Argentina. Messi passes to Alvarez, who in turn plays a deep ball to McAllister, who lays it off to Di Maria, alone on the wing, and he slots it into the back of the net. 2-0, it's safe to say the match was all but over by halftime. Who could still believe in a comeback by the French team at that point? No one, except for one man, the one who walked in with a stern expression. Yes, Kylian Mbappe's teammates returned from the locker room with a different look on their faces. France decided to play its own brand of football, became much more aggressive in one-on-one duels, and began to pose a problem for the Argentines. In the 78th minute, thanks to a run by Kolo Muani, France was awarded a penalty of its own, and that's when everything changed. Kylian Mbappé sets up the ball and scores the goal that gives them hope. France gets back in the game, trailing by 1 goal. They decide to pull out all the stops. Or rather, Kylian Mbappé decides to pull out all the stops. 2 minutes later, after a pass from Rabiot to Mbappé, he heads the ball to Kolo Muani, who in turn passes it back. And then, out of nowhere, comes a volley of the kind we've long seen in the greatest moments of football. Kylian Mbappé takes control of the ball and decides to reignite the match with a spectacular goal. A moment of pure intensity. A liberating wave sweeps through the stadium, sparked by the Frenchman, who is putting on a monstrous performance. At that moment, all hell breaks loose. The players give it their all for the ultimate run. But Messi hasn't had his final say. Following a clearance by an Argentine player, the attacking trio executed a 3-man combination that set up Lautaro Martinez. He shot, the goalkeeper parried the ball straight to Messi, who slotted it into the net. Argentina regained the lead, but not for long. Minutes later, after taking a corner kick, Kylian Mbappé takes a shot, which is handled by an Argentinian player with his hand. Yes, it's a penalty kick, and Mbappé scores his 3rd goal of the match. Yes, he has accomplished a hat-trick in a World Cup final. Only one man was able to accomplish this before, Geoff Hurst, in July 30th, 1966. Sadly, France loses in a penalty shootout. Mbappé leaves Qatar with a taste of disappointment despite his incredible performance. Yes, Argentina has created a threat who is definitely going to return even stronger next time. But he keeps impressing us with his outstanding play at Real Madrid, the best football club in the world. Mbappé scores goals and improves his statistics. He scored 43 goals and gave 5 assists in his debut season, and 43 goals and 6 assists in the second. Monstrous. His statistics keep growing, and he scores more than 40 goals each season. Simply amazing. Despite a somewhat challenging season at Real Madrid, Mbappé still emerged as the top scorer in La Liga with 25 goals, and in the Champions League with 13 goals. He's unstoppable, not to mention this World Cup, where he's already scored 8 goals and recorded 3 assists. This makes him the 2nd highest scorer in World Cup history, with 20 goals, behind Lionel Messi, who has 21. He's a major asset for the French team, which dreams of reclaiming its throne on the world stage. This isn't even taking into account the emergence of 2 more football titans, Dembelé and Olise. First of all, let's discuss Ousmane Dembélé, the Parisian player and captain who was for years known as an unpredictable footballer. Luis Enrique coming to PSG has revolutionized his life. He has given him everything necessary to transform him into the leader he is today, a dribbler, a relentless presser, and a teammate playing within a collective, who is always ready to do anything for his teammates. His explosive nature is the perfect weapon capable of disorganizing the whole defense on its own, making every ball touch a menace to opponents. Over the past seasons, he has shown only top-class play. Take his first season at PSG, for example. He played 42 games and scored only 6 goals, but the following season, the player's transformation was evident. In 49 games, he scored 33 goals and recorded 13 assists, all against top-tier teams like Manchester City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. This enabled him to help the club win its first Champions League title, while also winning the Ballon d'Or that same year. And despite a slightly more challenging 2025-26 season due to an injury, that didn't stop him from contributing to 34 goals, 22 goals, and 12 assists in 44 matches, and, most importantly, from winning back-to-back league and Champions League titles. In this World Cup, he already has 5 goals to his name, including a magnificent hat-trick against Norway's Erling Haaland. This is no longer the hesitant, confidence-lacking Dembélé, but rather a Dembélé who is a leader, a lethal finisher in the box, ready to do whatever it takes to win and command respect. 2 players who, on their own, can dismantle an entire team thanks to their talent and explosiveness. That is not all, because France is teaming with talent who can do real harm to their opponents. For example, Ryan Cherki from Manchester City, Désiré Doué, Ousmane Dembélé's teammate, and many others are so many talented players. The last threat is unique, and we are speaking about Michael Olise, a player who came unexpectedly and joined the French national team in 2024, showing himself to be a player who changes the course of a match single-handedly. With his joining the national team, he started to prove his talent, creativity, and fast execution. That is why he is the perfect constant threat who can join Kylian Mbappé, a player who likes to run deeply behind the lines. For some, Olise is the missing link in this French team because he can make a difference anywhere on the pitch. After a phenomenal season with Bayern Munich, Michael Olise proved to the whole world what he's capable of. He even caught the attention of Real Madrid. In the 25-26 season, he was named the league's most valuable player and top assist provider, with a total of 19 assists. Over the 25-26 season, he played 57 games, scored 25 goals, and delivered 28 assists. He's simply impressive, the kind of player everyone would love to have on their team. The complete player, dribbling, quick decision-making, he leaves nothing to chance. Give him more than a meter, and he'll deliver a pass out of nowhere. Just ask Senegal in this World Cup, a tournament in which he has already recorded 5 assists and is currently the competition's leading assist leader. Between the three of them, they head into the World Cup with nearly 100 club goals and more than 150 offensive contributions over the season. The world is now realizing that this French team likely has its most talented offense in decades. Since the start of the World Cup, the question is no longer, is France the favorite, but rather, who can stop Mbappé, Dembélé, and Olise?